There's this latest news by the BBC about a UK-based Nigerian doctor who has scammed many people of their hard-earned money in return for COS, that's a certificate of sponsorship, which will lead to visa sponsorship job. Now, this particular news is not really good news at all, because I know that a lot of people have been affected by this. We say that the care sector has been open to abuse, and this is one evidence that I feel you should know about. In fact, he was caught in the act. They actually secretly videoed him while he was saying a lot of things. I feel I should share some of these things with you so that I can know what is happening in the UK. If you are affected by something like this, maybe your sponsor's license has been revoked, or you want to come into the UK and you're wondering which pathway is the best way to go through so that you will not be affected, so that you will not get a 10-year ban and be excluded from other countries, you know, the 5 eyes, you know, that share information, immigration information with each other. I'm talking about Australia, New Zealand, USA, Canada, and the UK. If you get a 10-year ban from one of these countries, it will actually affect your future applications to other countries, and you don't want such a thing to happen to you after spending a lot of money. I feel you should watch this video to the end. Let me share some of the tips you can use to avoid this from happening to you. And if your sponsor's license has been revoked, then there is something for you. The government has shared some resources that would help you to navigate this particular dilemma, because it's a serious problem. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about settling, working, or studying in the UK. If you're interested in any of these, then subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you'll be amongst the first people to see that video. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your love and support. And if you need support with a good CV, outstanding cover letter, a compelling NHS supporting information, then you can reach out to me. The link will be in the description as well as in the comment. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. Now, this particular news broke my heart because it's something that really shows how difficult it is for other people to be nice to others. Seriously, many people have been duped of their hard-earned money, and where these people are coming from, they're coming from a place where the exchange power is not so poor compared to the pound. So you can imagine how many years they've worked so hard and saved up that money, and then they pay £10,000, 5,000, 7,000, 15,000 pounds to another person to help them come into the UK. This is illegal. You should not pay for COS. I've shared this severally on my channel that if you pay for the COS, there are many challenges you will experience. That many people are already homeless. Now, for this particular UK-based doctor, his name is Mr. Kelvin Alaneme, according to the BBC, and he was caught in the act. Just watch this.
My name is Olarun Kalo, and for the past year, I have been secretly investigating the operations of the UK visa scammers.
Just get me out.
Okay.
I can make you a millionaire out.
And exposing the immigration conmen destroying lives.
What have I gotten myself into?
Are you wearing a wire?
The problem is so widespread that the UK government has issued an advisory. It says if someone charges you for a job, do not pay.
One relocation agency based in the UK called Caregiver caught my eye because of its glittery infomercials.
Welcome to Career Hairdo and the topic, earn above 18 million naira in the United Kingdom without a degree.
Heading the company is a Nigerian medical doctor who has worked for the UK National Health Service. To his followers on social media, Dr. Alaneme offers other services which have all the hallmarks of a cash for job scheme. And some social media users have started calling it out as a scam. I reached out to some of those who say they have been scammed by Dr. Alaneme. They told me they not only paid him thousands of pounds, but the jobs he promised them never actually materialized. A woman based in the UK agreed to speak to me about it.
In total, how much did you pay him?
In total, we paid him £14,000. My brother was granted a visa. And when he came, July, August, September, October, new job, that was when we realized what we are into. It was very hard for him and also for me, because I was the one that made the payment. I was the one that trusted Kelvin.
A man called Praise, who is also based in the UK, told me he too paid Dr. Alaneme around £10,000 for a job which did not materialize. I sent a journalist to Dr. Alaneme hoping to find out more. With Borderless's permission, she posed as a representative of their company and pretended to have access to UK care homes who could issue certificates of sponsorship.
Just get me care homes.
Okay.
I can make a millionaire out.
He seemed very interested and even offered to pay thousands of pounds for each vacancy the care home could deliver. Dr. Alaneme said he would sell these slots to aspiring migrants back in Nigeria.
All I need is just put out the feelers in my community. Maybe we can get like 20 people might apply.
Right.
Look at their CVs and pick the best of the best. And then as soon as they pay, anybody that pays,
And do they pay full upfront or
I
installment?
collect full up for it. I don't want choice.
Charging candidates for a job is illegal in the UK. Dr. Alaneme knows he's breaking the law.
Well, these people are not supposed to pay.
They're not what,
They're
sir?
not supposed to pay. Because it's free.
Now, let me explain this better. If you want to relocate to the UK as a skilled worker visa holder or a health and care visa holder, you need a visa sponsorship. Before you get that visa sponsorship, you need a certificate of sponsorship. Now, that certificate of sponsorship is something you get by applying to as many companies as possible. You pass their interview, they check you out, they check your skills, and if they are happy with you, they will issue you that certificate of sponsorship. It's an e-document. It has a unique reference number on it, and it has the sponsor's license too. The problem is that many people sold this particular option. They went as a middleman between the care company or the nursing home that needs a care worker and the care worker. Many people actually dupe people of their hard-earned money, and sometimes they will give you a COS and it's correct. That is because they went to the nursing home and the nursing home had an agreement. That might sound good when you have spent 10,000, 15,000 pounds. And I know that the exchange power between a naira and pound is really crazy. People spend a lot of hours working so hard building that type of money in their bank, and then they pay somebody for this. The problem is, if they come into the UK after paying that, most of them don't get jobs. It's so sad that they don't have jobs. Some of these nursing homes or maybe domiciliary care organizations actually have fewer patients. They grew the business for the purpose of collecting money from people who are outside, people who are desperate to get the jobs. And after collecting that money and the person comes in, they find out that there are not enough jobs. They are meant to work for 37.5 hours a week, but they don't give them up to 10 hours sometimes. So these people come in with their families and they are struggling. They are struggling to eat, going to food bank, struggling seriously because there are some restrictions on their visa. They can only work 20 hours in another job that is on the eligible occupation list. When somebody is working 10 hours a week and the person is not even paid sometimes, the level of abuse is disgusting. Seriously, people have suffered. Families have actually suffered. And because of this has led to the government making some announcements that they were going to further tighten this care visa route and pathway. And that's why I feel that this pathway is slowly coming to an end when it comes to England. But if you want to go to Ireland and Scotland, I don't feel it's as abused as that of England. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but this thing that people are going through, they are homeless. That's why the UK government said they have to prioritize people who are in the UK first before any other person outside. I'm sharing this so that if you are someone who wants to come into the UK, you should know what is at stake. Now, if they give you a COS and it is fake, I've shared a video about how to determine whether a COS is fake or real. You can check it out here. Now, when you check out that video, you will notice that there are some qualities that you know whether that COS is fake or real. The COS might be correct, but was issued to one person. Some of these agents will replicate it. They will replicate it on other documents with your name, and you will think it has been issued to you. You will submit a visa and you think, oh yeah, it went well, I submitted the visa, I'm waiting for a response, and you get a refusal plus a 10-year ban. Like I said, a 10-year ban means that you cannot go to, or you will struggle to get visa for other countries. There are some other countries, they call them the 5 Eyes, that share immigration information. And if you get a denial in one of the countries, it will be more difficult for you to go to other countries, even if it is legit. These countries are Australia, New Zealand, US, UK, and Canada. Now, this is like changing your destiny just by one wrong move. That is why I said, do not pay for COS. Just do it the right way. Be patient about it. Get you the right CV, get the right cover letter, and the right supporting information. If the NHS for England is not open to that, then try Scotland, try other opportunities. Keep trying, and it's worth it at the end than paying for COS. In fact, if you are paying for COS now, the probability that you get that visa sponsorship job is very low, because the UK government have put some things in place that they have to make sure the thousands of people that need COS, that they have given 60 days to leave the country or switch their sponsorship. The thousands of people have to be recruited first before anybody outside, and it will be very difficult for any employer or care provider to make a convincing argument why you are very important, and nobody in the UK has that skill. Another problem is when the CQC goes through the documents of some of these care providers who have the license to sponsor, and when they are going through their system and finds out some things that are not in place and irregularities in their documentation of payments and things like that, they can have their license revoked. Now, the problem is that some sponsors will not even tell you that your license has been revoked. Sometimes the license of your sponsor has been revoked, but you don't know because the person that helped you or the recruitment agent that helped you come into the UK use their own email, and when they send them that email that you should leave the country or the license has been revoked or something like that, you don't get it. They don't share it with you. That's another problem altogether. Or you've not updated your address, your email, and things like that. That is why you need to know your situation in this country and be alert, with any application that someone is doing for you. Like I said, I do not support paying for COS in any way or shape or form. It causes more harm than good. But if this is the situation you are in right now, the government is saying that there is hope and that there are resources, people you can write to. All you can do is just write to them, provide them with your name, your address, provide them with all those things. If you feel you are not sure you want to go through that route, there's the option of contacting somebody and having a confidential contact with the person so that the person give you guidance on the best pathway to go through. Because I've been hearing about the level of abuse that is in the care sector. It's really appalling. It's something that you shouldn't be heard of. I've shared many videos about different communities that this have happened to, and I feel that, hey, we all should do better as migrant communities. This is just really appalling and sad that at this stage we are going through this. Till now, I thought it would end like maybe last year, but I've been hearing that things like this continue to happen and people are really stranded. Some people have already stated that the government would have vetted everybody who is a care provider that has the license to sponsor, to be sure that they have the clients, the number of patients, the number of clients that they need to be able to employ them to come in. That this would not have happened, that these families would not be in this particular situation. According to some families, they did not know they don't need to pay for COS. They did not know. They didn't know that it is meant to be for free. But unfortunately, this is just happening. Please share your thoughts. What do you think about what is happening right now? How can we avoid this from happening to other people? If you really want to come in, then try other pathways. Try Ireland, try Scotland, try other places where minimum salary threshold that the UK government announced will not affect them, because the minimum salary threshold that the UK announced that they are going to increase it from 23,200 to 25,000 is going to affect those people in NHS England, not Scotland, Ireland, or Wales. I don't think it's going to affect those other places. Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel if you want to apply for NHS, then apply to Scotland. If you want to apply for other things, maybe you want to apply to a private sector, healthcare sector, then apply to those ones that are in Scotland and all these other places, because it's NHS England that I'm very sure of that are affected by the process of recruitment changing. That is, they have to select the people that are in the UK first before they select anybody outside the UK. So guys, what are your thoughts about what is happening? Seeing what is happening, what do you think? Do you think this is the end of the recruitment from outside the country? Do you think there are sufficient people to take care of the elderly? Remember that this population has like 13 million plus people who are above the ages of 60, and that's the reason that there is this high demand for carers. I feel that the pathway is not entirely closed. I don't feel it is entirely closed. I feel that with time, once they recruit most of the people who are already here, including students, then the pathway will become more and more open to other people that are in England. This is my personal opinion. Remember, I'm not an immigration advisor, but observing what is happening, this is a job that many people do not want to do. Many people who are British, who have ILR, do not want to do this job. But last year they said 3 million plus people did not want to work. They withdrew from working in the UK, you know. So it's really alarming. There's another research that said that this year was the 11th year high of the number of people who do not work between the ages of 16 and 60. The UK has a problem, which is how to encourage more young people between the ages of 16 and 60 to get back to work. There are a lot of people working so hard in this country who are British, who have ILR, but there are some people that would prefer to be on benefits. Now, getting them off benefits and gradually helping them get into the system to work in the economy is the main problem right now. You know, with that, they will reduce their reliance on foreign workers coming into the UK. But the way I'm seeing it, even this year, the unemployment rate went high, you know, more and more people are under care and need support. I'm not just talking about the elderly, I'm talking about vulnerable children, people who experience mental health. And seeing what is happening, I don't think that the care sector or visa option would totally close. No, I don't think so. I think the UK still needs people, but the people who are already in the UK need to get a job. Those people whose sponsor's license have been revoked need to get a job first before people from outside can now come in. I'm talking about for England. That of Scotland and Ireland is a bit different, and Wales is a bit different. Anyway, share your thoughts in the comments. Be respectful. You know, this is a growing community. We share our thoughts without insulting anybody because we want to learn more and understand more how to make things move forward, how we can better contribute to the economy of the country we have relocated in, how we can make things better for our families, you know, and move forward seriously. Anyway, share your thoughts. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.